Hello, kitties. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news. Sorry, I'm running a wee bit late today. It's been a long day. I got a lot of stuff done in the last 2 weeks, but Monday I go back to work. Oh, I'm not really looking forward to it. Our first 2 weeks back are going to be 6-day weeks, so that's not going to be amusing at all. Also, later on today, 4 p.m. My Eastern Standard Time, we're going to sit down, have a little talk about Doctor Who and the Daleks. Next week, we're going to be talking about Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. Lots and lots of stuff to process. I hope you're all enjoying the major influx of news you're getting right now because they're on break for 2 weeks. There's not going to be any shooting or anything like that going on, at least until after the 18th, as far as I know. So, because I know there's other cons they're bouncing to. There were some allusions to we got to go back to work Monday morning, but as you saw from the Instagram photos, no, they are off for 2 weeks. So I don't know where that was coming from. It was probably just joking, whatnot. Lots of amazing news came out. We got that behind the scenes look at Star Wars Episode 7. We got Ash versus the Evil Dead trailer came out. Walking Dead Series 6. That trailer came out, and also we got the long-awaited trailer for Fear the Walking Dead, which in a way is going to be a bit of a prequel series. It's going to show you how the outbreak started and whatnot. It's basically, they don't go into any details into exactly what caused, the whatever that causes people to reanimate and whatnot. But, that's your thing. But I'm going to focus mainly on the Doctor Who stuff, okay? So, let's get set up. Let's get ready. Okay, and I'm sorry, I am on the wrong page completely. Oh, okay, let's start off with what Radio Times had to say. And that is, what did we learn from San Diego Comic-Con? Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, Peter Capaldi looked out at a sea of 7,000 fans and declared his first San Diego Comic-Con as cosmic. He was joined on stage, of course, by Stephen Moffat, Jenna Coleman, Michelle Gomez, and the 12th Doctor led a Doctor Who panel that spoiled fans rotten. So what did we learn out of this whole thing? Okay, of course, we got the big trailer, and it turns out if you look really closely on that scene, and I want to thank Elijah Kraling for providing me with a slow-mo of that particular instance in the trailer, both those Dalek heads turned. So that is not just a classic Dalek standing there going, hoop-de-doo, I'm here to stand here and do nothing. Both of them turn, if you really watch that particular part of that trailer close. Also, we won't go back into the trailer stuff because I've already covered that in the previous video. There was a joke about when asked, about the kiss between Doctor and Missy. Michelle Gomez said, the question is who kissed who and who hung on and who just didn't let go. And Jenna Coleman added there was one take where Michelle Gomez held my hand throughout the kiss. And some other funny stuff. And Steve Moffat added, quote, the way the Doctor and Missy come back into each other's lives is very hard to predict. And of course, he was very tight-lipped throughout this whole thing. There was even a joke about Capaldi coming out in drag, which, by the way, has already been done. There's a lot of love for Capaldi, and you'll see why here in a minute, and when I jump to the next article. But they didn't really reveal much, to be honest with you. They were very, very tight-lipped. Nothing about Series 9 was revealed, but what do you expect? But it's amazing to see them together on stage for this event. But what's really amazing is right here. Capaldi walked up and visited fans in the line who was queued up for the Q&A at Hall H. And if you scroll down through this little collection here, this is various pics of him, walking through and talking and taking pics with the fans, free of charge, I might add. And that's what I love about this. This guy is a class act and a half. This is amazing, that he did this for these folks. But some of them had queued up all day just to get into that hall. So, I can't even imagine what it was like in there, 7,000 people standing room only. Some very, very nice shots here. And I just thought that was amazing of him, to do this. This is just incredible. So that right there shows you he really, really cares about the fans. He goes out of his way, because he's a fan himself, as he says in the panel. He'd been watching, I think, this show and been a fan of it since he was around 6. So I just love that. Also, if you jump over here, this is the Belfast Telegraph. I don't mind that part. Doctor Who cast was banned from Game of Thrones spoilers because that's not what we're going to be talking about. If you scroll down a bit here, Capaldi described her upcoming stint in the show as cosmic, and of course he's referring to Maisie Williams here. I love cosmic. It's such a great word. It covers so many bases, he said. She's wonderful in it, and also, what's great about Maisie is she changes. She metamorphoses. She's metamorphic. She's so different without giving anything away. The way she acts, the different aspects of her character, is very exciting and compelling and very impressive for someone who is so young. Matter of fact, they also go on some other nifty stuff here. When asked which other stars the cast would like to see make guest appearances, Michelle Gomez volunteered the Queen and singer Tom Jones. Jenna Coleman said she'd love to have Helena Bonham Carter and Javier Bardem, because he'd be a good villain. And the 9th series of Doctor Who, of course, is set there, now we know, at September 19th. And a lot of fans are going, oh my God, I can't wait to. At least you're getting it. Oh, man. And this was a nice long interview here with Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman. They speak a lot about, the relationship as it's changed between Clara and the Doctor and whatnot compared to Series 8. But once again, don't look for any spoilers because you're not going to find any. It's that simple. And I'm sorry this is just short and sweet. But what I do highly recommend is if you run around online, especially on YouTube, they've already got copies of that panel up and on various sources. I think even Emergency Awesome has a copy of it, and it's worth a watch. It's you got to find the really long version, which is over an hour, and I think it's about an hour. I watched it the other day. It's very, very fun. It's very, very entertaining. But once again, they're very tight-lipped about what's going on in Series 9. And lastly for today, sorry, I had to take a deep breath here. My allergies really been bugging me this week. Terrance Dicks awarded 2015 Faust Award. The International Association of Media Tie-in Writers is to honor Doctor Who's former script editor, Terrance Dicks, with the 2015 Faust Awards. And this guy definitely deserves it. The association is made up of writers of original tie-in novels, comic books, and short stories based on existing characters from movie, TV series, books, games, and cartoons, and the novelizations based on screenplays for movies and TV shows. The award is for a lifetime achievement in the genre and to mark the extensive contribution to the industry that Terrance Dicks has made throughout his long career. He was script editor for Doctor Who for 5 years, as well as the writer of many episodes on the series. In the 1970s and 80s, he was one of the main contributors to the target range of Doctor Who novelizations. The award will be presented at a ceremony, and that was already earlier today. Sorry, that was it was earlier today at Comic-Con San Diego, where he accepted it, or will be accepted on behalf of Terrance Dicks by Doctor Who writer Paul Cornell. So, like I said, I'm sorry I kept it short and sweet, but there was no reason to drag it out. The panel was fun, the panel was entertaining, but as far as information goes, they didn't really give you much, to be honest, other than the fact that it's kind of obvious that the relationship between the Doctor and companion is going to change. They revealed nothing about whether Jenna's leaving or not, and I think we can pretty much take it as a given. More than likely she is this time around. But also, it's going to be interesting to see how the Master, relationship between Missy and the Doctor works out for Series 9. Especially given the fact that, as it was brought up, that the fact that Missy apparently was responsible directly for the death of Danny Pink. And if Clara finds that out this series, that's going to make things very interesting between those two. Whew, that's all I got to say. Okay, so, I'll catch you on the podcast later today. Remember, that's going to be Doctor Who and the Daleks. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you. Like I said, if you want Star Wars and all that stuff, I was thinking about doing a report on that, but I'm just really limited on time because I am heading back to work Monday. Okay, so I'll catch y'all later. Take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.